All right, welcome to this presentation on some of the irregular verbs in the future subjunctive tense, how we conjugate them and how we use them in sentences. Knowing kind of what you know about when to use the future subjunctive, right? If something will happen or may happen, I should say, in the future, it might happen. There's potentially some doubt, we don't know, but it might happen in the future. Then you use future subjunctive. And of course, the other part of the sentence would have to be something, is going to happen. Algo vai acontecer. Something is going to happen. So that's how we use future subjunctive. Let's look at some of these irregular verbs. First, the verb ter, to have. You conjugate it, eu tiver, você, ele, ela, tiver, nós tivermos, and vocês, eles, elas, tiverem. So some sentences. Se eu tiver tempo, eu vou desenhar mais. If I have time in the future, if I have, I don't know if I will, but if I do, I will draw more. Eu vou desenhar mais. Se ele tiver a capacidade, ele vai liderar os jovens. If he has the capacity, he will lead the youth. Next, nós vamos fazer bolo se nós tivermos os ingredientes. We will make a cake if we have the ingredients. Nós vamos fazer bolo se nós tivermos os ingredientes. And finally, se eles tiverem boas ideias, eu vou apoiar eles. If they have good ideas, I will support them, or I am going to support them. Se eles tiverem boas ideias, eu vou apoiar eles. Okay, that's the verb ter. Now the verb ser, to be, right? Permanent characteristics, place of origin, things that do not change. Ser. We conjugate ser in the following ways in the future subjunctive. Eu for, você, ele, ela for, nós formos, and vocês, eles, elas forem. So the sentences are: se eu for rico dia, eu vou contratar cantor famoso para nos entreter. If I am rich one day, I am going to hire a famous singer to entertain us. All right, se eu for rico, if I am rich. Maybe I will be, maybe I won't be, but if I am. Se eu for. Next, se você for muito caridoso, você vai me levar na sua viagem. If you are really charitable, you will take me on your trip. Next, se nós formos obedientes, nós vamos receber privilégios. If we are obedient, we will receive privileges. And se eles forem ricos dia, eles vão comprar uma casa grande. If they are rich one day, they will buy a big house. So that is the verb ser in the future subjunctive. Next, the verb estar, to be, but temporary to be, right? Location, emotions, feelings. So it's eu estiver, você, ele, ela estiver, nós estivermos, and vocês, eles, elas estiverem. The sentences I use are: eu vou me levantar quando eu estiver pronto. I'm going to get up when I am ready. Okay, in the future, I will do this when, right, I'm ready. So there's some doubt there. There's some maybe, uncertainty. Not sure when I'll be ready, but when I am ready. So that's why I use eu estiver. Now remember, I could switch and I could say quando eu estiver pronto, eu vou me levantar, right? You can use the future subjunctive in the first half of the sentence or the second half of the sentence. But just remember, when you use future subjunctive for future things, you need to also have the future tense of, what I'm going to do, what he's going to do, what we're going to do, future tense of the conjugations of verbs. All right, so just remember that. Next sentence. O que nós vamos fazer se ele não estiver em casa? What are we going to do if he's not home? All right, next. Se nós estivermos de bom humor, ela vai ficar aliviada. If we are in a good mood, she is going to be, or she will be, relieved. And você vai aparecer na festa se eles estiverem lá? Are you going to appear at the party if they are there? All right. So something in the future, are you going to appear if something in the future that may happen if they are there? Se eles estiverem lá. All right, so that is the verb estar. Fazer, to do or to make. Eu fizer, você, ela fizer, nós fizermos, and vocês, eles, elas fizerem. Here's the sentences. Se eu fizer o meu trabalho de casa, eu vou tirar boas notas. If I do my homework, I will get good grades. All right? I may not do my homework, or I may do my homework, but if I do in the future, se eu fizer, if I do in the future, then I'll get good grades. Next sentence. Se você fizer comida bem gostosa, eu vou comer muito. If you make really tasty food, I will eat a lot. Se nós fizermos muitos erros, o gerente vai nos demitir. If we make a lot of mistakes, in the future, if we do this, if we make a lot of mistakes, that's the conditional, or that's the uncertain part, right? If we do this, se nós fizermos muitos erros, o gerente vai nos demitir. The manager is going to fire us. I mean, like, he's going to fire us. That's something that will happen if we make a lot of mistakes. That's why nós fizermos, future subjunctive. And assim que eles fizerem o almoço, nós vamos encher as nossas barrigas. As soon as they make lunch, we are going to fill our bellies. All right? As soon as they do this. In the future, not certain if they will, they probably will, maybe they will, but assim que eles fizerem, as soon as they do or as soon as they make. All right? Nós vamos encher. We're going to fill. All right, that's fazer. Next, querer. Querer, to want. Eu quiser, você, ele, ela quiser, nós quisermos, and vocês, eles, elas quiserem. So, se eu quiser uma aventura, eu vou escalar uma montanha. If I want an adventure, I'm going to scale or climb a mountain. Nós vamos escrever uma carta se você quiser. We are going to write a letter if you want. Eles vão cozinhar mais se nós quisermos mais comida. They are going to cook more. Eles vão cozinhar mais se, if nós quisermos, if we want, right? Mais comida, more food. And se eles quiserem, eu vou jogar basquete com eles. If they want, I am going to play basketball with them. All right? So, that's the verb querer. And ver, to see. This one's interesting because this one looks like it should be vir, to come, right? But it's not. Ver, to see, is conjugated in the future subjunctive. Eu vir, você, ele, ela vir, nós virmos, and vocês, eles, elas virem. So the sentences are, se eu vir você amanhã, nós vamos conversar. If I see you tomorrow, we are going to converse. Next, o que você vai pensar se você ver as falhas do seu herói? What are you going to think if you see the failures of your hero? Okay? O que você vai pensar? What are you going to think if, se você ver, if you see? Se nós virmos ele, nós vamos fingir que nós não conhecemos ele. All right? If we see him, se nós virmos, if we see him, we are going to pretend that we do not know him. And finally, se eles virem os livros, então vão ler as páginas. Eles vão ler as páginas. If they see the books, then they will read the pages. So, there you have it. Some irregular verbs in the future subjunctive.